Hey guys, welcome to my channel and thank you so much for tuning in. So I wanted to come on here and do some swatch and review a brand new eyeshadow palette. So this is from Natasha Denona. So this is the other palette which released along with the Tropic palette. So this is the Mini Sunset palette. So this retails for $25. So I know $25 in Natasha Denona doesn't make any sense, but as the name suggests, this is a mini palette. It has 5 eyeshadows. So this is the palette, not to be confused with her full size 5-pan eyeshadow palettes, meaning she does have other eyeshadow palettes that have 5 pans in them, but the sizes in those palettes are much larger. You get full size eyeshadows in those 5-pan eyeshadow palettes. In here, the size is much smaller, and you get like a mini size amount. So in each, you get 0.02 ounce of product. Hang on, where is it? I just saw it somewhere, and I thought I'm reading it, but it's not here. So I think I'm just saying that from memory. Oh yeah, it says it right here. You get 0.8 grams of product. That's 0.02 ounce of 28 ounce of product. So I guess 0.028, you can round it to 0.03 ounce of product. So it is a mini size. Yes, no doubt about it, and hence the price reduction. So is it too tiny? Yeah, but do we compare it to the 2.5 grams of product she used to offer with the older formula, or do we compare it with the 1.5 grams that she's offering now? Either ways, I think it's like a significantly less amount of product, but this is what she's offering and this is the price. So yeah, let's talk about the formula, and let's do some swatches first. So it says Natasha Denona. It's a clear top. Honestly, it's a very thick plastic, guys. Do you see the thickness there? So it's not a flimsy packaging at all. It's a really good sturdy plastic, and obviously, as you can see, it's clear, so no mirror. And the palette is paraben free, not tested on animals, and it is made in Italy. So you have the names of the shades at the back with the numbers. So it's actually continuous numbers. So they run from 175 to 179. So 175, 76, 77, 78, 79. So yeah. Anyways, I don't think that really matters to anybody, but I just realized that they just run continuously. They are consecutive numbers. So anyways, let's open it up and let's see the colors. So these are the colors you get. And this is Guava, and let's just swatch that. It's a matte shade, and yeah, as you can see, it's such a light shade, but it does show up even on my skin tone. So it's really pigmented, and as you can see, it's quite pigmented. Do you see that? So that's like makes like an ideal transition shade for me. And then we have Apollo. Apollo is a metallic shade. It says M. The code is M. So that's Apollo. It's a metallic shade. It's not, I feel the consistency on Apollo is a little bit thinner compared to the other two metallics that you have here. But I don't feel it's sheer, to be honest, because even when I use a brush and if I apply it in one spot, it covers that area. So I don't feel the shade is thin per se, but it's not denser as the other ones. And then this is Dirty Mars. It's like a brown with a hint of red, brownish red. So this, I know, kind of, it's not like the ideal deep dark shade for me, to be honest, but if you build it up, even if I build it up, it really deepens, guys. Do you see how deep it's gotten now? If you really build it up, let me just build it up. To really build it up, you can really get it to be a little bit darker. So I was a tiny bit disappointed that it's not like a real rich chocolate shade. I wanted it to be a little bit darker, But I don't know if I this gives more of a softer, like not like a dramatic look. If you use this, you would get like a softer kind of an eyeshadow look. But on my skin tone, I can definitely use this and to get that softer look, not a dramatic look. Definitely, you're not going to get that deep, rich brown eyeshadow with this. So yeah, but the pigmentation is very, very good, extremely blendable, and it's really, really good. I like both of the mattes in this palette. And then you have Sunbeam, which is pretty much a copper shade, like a golden copper shade. Now the consistency on this, do you see how it's much denser? And yeah, and this guy works really well with a finger and with a brush, no problems at all. To be honest, this one, as I said, this one works well with a finger and a brush, the shade Apollo, but it's a little bit thinner in consistency, but not exactly sheer, not powdery, that when I apply it with a brush, it like kind of crumbles and goes away, disappears. It's not like that. It really adheres well to the skin as well, this one. And finally, we have the champagne, golden champagne shade, and that's called Halo. Halo again is on the denser side. Let's get rid of this watch. Halo's on the denser side, so it's good, really good in pigmentation, and it's definitely, I didn't pick up a lot, so that's why it kind of looks like it's not pigmented, but it is a really, really good shade. It really applies well. I'm sorry about that bad swatch, guys, but it's a good color, and really applies well with a brush and a finger. So all in all, so these are the 5 shades you get. This almost like my skin tone and all these 4 colors. So as I said, I pretty much summed up the quality of the palette as I'm swatching, because there are only 5 shades. I know this palette has been receiving a lot of dislikes online, but I don't dislike it. I don't dislike it, honestly. I don't think it's a bad palette at all. Now the red shade definitely is kind of on the, it's kind of, the consistency is a tiny bit thinner, but even with the brush, when I apply it in one spot, I'm able to get like a good coverage. And so if you, I think if you like wet your brush, you'd be able to get like a really foil look. But even now, I don't think it's like very satin looking. I really feel it has the shine to it. Do you see? I don't think it's like lackluster or anything. It definitely has a shine and has that kind of pop of color. So honestly, I'm not mad about this palette at all. So if you're really interested in these colors and you don't think the full-size Sunset palette is that worth it, you can definitely pick this up. And I know you get a lot, like very less amount of colors, and if you like look for dupes, I think you'd be able to find a lot of full-size eyeshadows. But I think a lot of, I'm just making an educated guess here. I haven't really seen any dupe videos or anything, or I haven't seen any dupe swatches or anything on this palette. But all of the indie brands, the prices on their singles are anywhere between like $5 to $8, to be honest. So if you're looking for 5 like singles, if you're just looking for 5 singles with dupes, I think it will exceed $25. I'm just making an educated guess. This is, I know you get very less product in here, but I'm not mad about the quality at all. I think it's a good palette. It's not outstanding by any means. I don't think it's an outstanding palette, but it's not a bad palette. It's not an average palette. I would call this palette a good palette. I think the quality is really good. Not really good, it's good. If this shade had been as like dense and good in pigmentation as the other two, I think I would give this palette an A. Definitely very, very good palette. But this kind of has a thinner consistency, that's why I'm giving it like a B plus. So just food for thought, because I know there's going to be a lot of dupes, and these shades are pretty common. So if you're hunting for dupes and you think that this might be very overpriced, I feel if you buy what did I say 5 for? If you buy 5 full-size singles with some indie brand, I think it will exceed $25, unless if you find all of these in ColourPop Super Shock eyeshadows, which are 5 each. So if you're able to find these colors in ColourPop Super Shock, or if you're able to find in other indie brands that cost only $5, then I think you'd be able to find, build your own palette for the same price. But otherwise, I think you will exceed, the price will exceed $25. Just something that just occurred to me, because a lot of time people would just say, just get the dupe, but it's so hard to look for dupes. I have suggested dupes many times, but I'm just saying, just practically speaking, it's a little hard to find dupes. And even when you hunt down dupes, one is from one brand, the other dupes are from some other brands. It's a lot of work to just bring those singles together, and each indie brand has have to pay for shipping for just getting one eyeshadow or just one product from the brand. Then the shipping and this, that, it's a very laborious process, to be honest. But I have bought dupes like that, but the time that I bought was all 3 shades from just one brand, so it was a little easy to just buy 3 shades from one brand. But otherwise, I think finding dupes is a little laborious. So yeah, you guys, that's my review. If you're interested, definitely pick it up. It is exclusive to Sephora. You can find it on Natasha Denona's website. I think it's sold out right now, but the other retailer would be only Sephora. You won't find this mini sunset palette on Beautylish or any other vendor that's Natasha, or any other authorized Natasha Denona vendors. So what else? And it doesn't say anything about being online exclusive. It just says exclusive on Sephora's product page. So I think if your store carries Natasha Denona, I think you'd be able to find this palette in store and just swatch and see if you like it. So maybe if you have a palette already, you might have these shades because these are such commonly occurring shades. So yeah, that's my review. Hope you guys found this video interesting and found it useful. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked watching it, and please subscribe. Bye.